Welcome to The Explainer. You know, sometimes you hear a fact and you just think, no way, that can't possibly be real. Well, today we're diving into a book that is jam-packed with those kinds of facts, except every single one is 100% true.
Yep, the book's called True Facts That Sound Like Bullshit. And trust me, it's going to be your new secret weapon. It's loaded with over 500 totally insane but true bits of trivia that'll make you the most interesting person at any party, for sure.
So, you want to get a taste of what's inside? Let's play a little game. I'm going to throw a few of these facts your way, and you tell me, can you spot the real deal from the total junk? All right, first up, let's talk about facts that just sound, well, fake. We'll kick things off with some geography that's pretty much guaranteed to mess with your whole mental map of the world.
Okay, here's the first one for you. Picture a map of North America. You're probably thinking Canada is just this huge country way up north, right? So, true or false, most Canadians actually live south of Seattle. What do you think?
If you said true, you're absolutely right. And this one is just a perfect example of how what we think the world looks like can be totally wrong. I know, it feels like it has to be false, but hey, the numbers don't lie.
So how is that even possible? Well, it turns out the vast majority of Canada's population lives in this really narrow strip right along the US border. And that means its biggest cities, we're talking Toronto, Montreal, even the capital, Ottawa, are all south of Seattle's latitude. Just wild, right?
Okay, let's switch gears from geography to biology. And you might want to brace yourself for this next one. True or false? A chicken once survived for almost 2 years after its head was cut off.
And as unbelievable as it sounds, that is also true. Seriously, the story is 100% real. This chicken was famously known as Mike the Headless Chicken, and he even became a sideshow attraction back in the 1940s. What a legend.
Okay, let's move on. Let's dive into the wild world of pop culture, where, as you're about to find out, the truth is often way stranger than anything you'd see in a movie.
And this book is just full of these little pop culture gems. I mean, one minute you're reading about how Led Zeppelin was inspired by The Lord of the Rings, and the next you're hit with some crazy story about a famous actor, which actually brings us right to our next question.
All right, let's test your classic Hollywood knowledge. Everybody knows Toto from The Wizard of Oz, right? That iconic little dog? So, true or false, the dog who played Toto was actually paid a salary for her work? You guessed it, it's true. And not only was she paid, she was basically treated like a star. Her name was Terry, a Cairn Terrier, and she earned a real, actual weekly paycheck for that legendary role. But get this, here's the real kicker. Terry the dog was making $125 a week. Now back in 1939, that was a ton of money. In fact, it was more than what many of the human actors who played the Munchkins were getting paid. No joke. Okay, for our last category, let's dig into some weird world history. And I can promise you, this is the stuff they definitely did not teach you in history class. All right, here's a really shocking claim about one of the biggest, most beloved actors out there. True or false? Samuel L. Jackson was once held by the FBI for his part in holding Martin Luther King Sr. hostage. And this one is astoundingly true. Yeah, long before he was a Hollywood superstar, Samuel L. Jackson was a student activist at Morehouse College. And during a protest about the school's curriculum, he and some other students actually locked board members, and yes, that included Martin Luther King Sr., inside a building. Okay, so now you've seen the kind of mind-bending stuff this book has to offer. So just for fun, let's see how you do in a real, high-pressure trivia night lightning round. You ready?
Okay, so how many of these could you answer? Like, what state actually has jousting as its official sport? Does lightning even exist in space? How many baseballs does Major League Baseball use every single season? Or how about this? What's the most red cards ever handed out in one soccer match? We can't answer them all now, but all of those answers are waiting for you in the book.
And listen, that's just the tiniest little taste of what's in here. We're talking 500 insane but true facts just like these waiting for you to discover. They cover pretty much everything: science, sports, history, you name it.
So are you ready to walk into your next trivia night and just absolutely crush the competition? Because this book is packed with the exact kind of conversation starters that will totally stump your coworkers and blow your friends' minds.
Look, if you want to get your hands on all 500 of these mind-blowing facts, just check out the link we've got in the description. That's right,
The link to this book is in the video description.